All right, everyone, here we are with ticker symbol OCGN, Ocgn Inc. And before we jump into this chart, I want to say welcome to all the first-time viewers and investors. Welcome to the channel, Invest for Tomorrow. To all the subscribers, welcome back. And I just want to quickly announce that I have a Twitter account now. The link is down below in the description. And stay tuned till the end of this video so we could do a recap and see what are the expectations moving forward on the ticker symbols that we've talked about towards the end of these videos since last week leading into this week. See how they've done, what are the expectations moving forward, and they're all up right now. So definitely stay tuned for that to be aware of what you want to look for moving forward. So OCGN stock here has actually had a run. It dipped down and it's leveled off slightly, 50% of that run. Like it's right back down to the midway point, but it is still above those lows. When you zoom out, you can kind of see, which is what we're looking for. It can try its best to consolidate within this period, but you see how I had to kind of go down. So this actually needs to kind of stay up here, stay up in this area. You see all this room here? You know, that's not how low they should be going. They got to get out of here and stay above this and kind of keep a consolidation moving forward into the expectations that every single investor has. Now, when you think about it, Ocugen is holding itself up really well. We always want to remember where this stock came from, why it ran here, and what are we waiting for it to run again. That's like the biggest thing every single investor should be aware of and keep in mind moving forward, and how this stock is doing. Like, super important to keep that in mind and remember it throughout the whole trading experience with Ocugen. I've said it in earlier videos. This is a very, very risky play if there's no FDA approval, because Ocugen right now, the biggest thing it's waiting for is to be FDA approved, so it could turn into officially the US market distributor of Covaxin. So Ocugen here has actually had some movement in the downward direction. It's slightly below the 50-day moving average. It's currently 229, right here at this point, and we're currently sitting at 229. So the difference must be to the hundreds and thousands place by a little bit. So we're basically on the 50-day moving average, and the bulls and the bears are in tug of war zone. Now let's move this to its new support level and go over that. I had stated in yesterday's video, if it broke through 215, you definitely wanted to pay close attention to it. It almost reached it, but it bounced back. Let's see if it holds itself up or continues that momentum upwards by the bulls, and that's 219. Super important to watch and see how the stock is doing. If it breaks through 219, how quickly is it moving to newer lows, and are the bulls trying to reappear? Very important point moving forward on this chart and for the next coming days. 219 is a support level. You want to watch the behavior, because that just means we're getting deeper into bearish territory and pulling further away from the 50-day moving average in a downward direction. Now, on the other hand, we have the first resistance level that the bulls need to break through in bullish territory, and that's 244. If they cross the 50-day moving average, they need to break through 244 to reach newer highs and new resistance levels to then cross 267, and the most important one in the long term is 284. I hope that with these cues and information, you guys are well equipped for tomorrow's trading day. And if you're a first-time viewer and investor and found this helpful and informative, please do so and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell to turn on all notifications and not miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community, and don't forget to hit the like button to let me know you watched this video. So stay tuned for those of you that have stayed to this point for the recap on how these ticker symbols WBA, ALGM, LXRX, and WISH have done since we've talked about them, and what to expect moving forward. So let's do a quick recap here on some of the stocks that I've talked about towards the end of these videos. I have many more stocks to continue to share with you guys moving forward, and also as I continue to do my due diligence and research, and as I come across them and I see consolidations and so forth. So let's start off with the first one that we've talked about this week. Well, the beginning of this week and ending of last week, and it was WBA. We've talked about it since it was at 42.90. That's when I did the video talking about it. It was sitting around this area, and from that point forward we can see how this week has been, and I think that there's still more room here. We definitely want to watch it closely due to the fact that it has been in a bullish run for some time. We need to see how long it's going to last, and also watch closely any pullbacks that this stock has moving forward. Now, the other one is ALGM. It was under the radar, and it still pretty much is. When you go ahead and look at their chart, their volume is pretty low. It doesn't even reach 1 million in volume, but it has been growing, and I've talked about it since it was way back here at around 24.90-ish. It was around this area right here. It was at the beginning towards the middle of December. I'm not sure exactly what point it was at, but it was at 24.90 when I did the video, and when I actually mentioned it was earlier this week. And here we are seeing how it's been reacting moving forward. It kind of dipped. It was having a nice pullback, and consolidation was already broken through, so this was a really good sign, and I started talking about it to let more people know about it. Now, I did a full video on it, so a lot of people probably missed it and overlooked it. Came back to look at the chart. The chart was showing signs of moving upwards, and that there's great potential and possibilities here. And the fact that ALGM, a lot of analysts had a price target that already had broken through. Like it was around 20 something and some change. It was like $28, $29. And it broke through it, reaching 31. And I had stated at the beginning of this week, as it was pulling back, that analysts were probably going to have to upgrade their price target, pushing this one up further due to the fact of the signs and what this stock is showing. Now, this is a great innovative stock. It's really going to do well with the EV sector growing, and I believe that there's room here still for this one. Now, the other one that I had shared with you guys was LXRX. Now, this one was a much more speculative play. I had stated that there was a nice consolidation forming as we saw at the beginning of the week. I mentioned it yesterday and the day before, not actually yesterday, the day before yesterday, and I was already seeing a healthy sign of holding itself up. I had stated that up towards Thursday or the end of this week, we were going to see a catalyst due to the big event. And here we are seeing it run from 380s all the way up to 940, dipping back down to 819. This could consolidate up here. I said this is a speculative play. We need to see how it ends the week, how it starts next week, and it can continue to grow, no doubt. But there's a lot of hype and speculation around it due to the fact of the catalyst that was coming up. And here we are seeing that happen. Now, the last one I stated was yesterday's video, and I mixed that up with LXRX. I talked about this 2 days ago, and here we are with Wish. Wish is one that I had stated I wish I'd found earlier. I remembered it was going to IPO, completely forgot about it, caught up with so many other ticker symbols, so much other research last month, and it dipped down. If I would have known this, I would have probably taken a shot at it, and I caught it up here around the beginning of this week, right? So it was dipping, and as soon as I was going to get ready to talk to you guys about it and stuff, I was like, man, it's dipping. Let's watch this closely. The next day it ran. I said, okay, let's see if there's some consolidation. It ran again. I talked about it yesterday, and here we are seeing it run. So we still need to watch this closely, how it continues to play out, because of the fact that stocks like these have great upward potential. We need to see how the pullbacks are, or if this would consolidate somewhere up here or somewhere down here. Because remember, it came from down here, ran up to here, held itself up, and ran again. So if it consolidates up here, healthy sign for the next run until there's more speculation or hype. or some catalyst to make it continue, or pull back down to around this area and consolidate up here. That will show signs of healthiness as well moving forward in the long term, because it didn't just destroy all these gains and go back down to the 19 or under $20. So big deal here with this one. I hope that you guys have found these ticker symbols helpful and informative. I look forward to seeing your guys' thoughts down below. Any of you guys that have been watching them, how do you feel about them? And also, if you learned something new and you are a first-time viewer and you've never came across this channel, subscribe to continue to get information like this and see what the important cues are based off the charts for the next trading day. Don't forget to share this with your friends and community, and don't forget to hit the like button to let me know you watch this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, let's make some money.